Right now, a 4-1 defeat here against Coleraine. Maybe a harsh scoreline, and maybe you spoke about maybe keeping things in perspective in regards to today's result.
Yeah, I think so. Listen, I think it's fair to say we're disappointed with the goals, Johnny. I think the goals are all avoidable. Doesn't take anything away from how good a football team they are. You know, you can see they do a lot of work on the training pitch, Monday to Friday, and yeah, you can see their patterns of play and everything they do on the training pitch was there for everybody to see today, and they're a top end side. As simple as that. I think somebody told me that the four missing. So, but we're hurting as well. You know, we're hurting as well, and as I say, you know, we have our own losses as well. You know, I think, you know, when we talk about, you know, the McCartans and you know, wee Robbies and Joshua and you know, Ray's only coming back now, so we're hurting ourselves on that front. But you know, I think you gotta have perspective. You know, we came here. I thought our first 45 minutes was really good. I thought our shape was good. I thought we were really disciplined. I thought we limited them, we frustrated them, which we tried to do. When you see the stats of their previous games, they have a lot of the ball against everybody. So I think everything was going to plan, and as I say, right in the stroke of half time, that was a huge blow, huge blow. But again, we talked about it at half time. We were really pleased with the players right up to half time, and as I say, we have to get in there and manage the game better for the first 15-20 minutes of the second half. And again, we conceded again after 15-20 minutes of the second half, and that's the killer. They're the killer blows. And when you switch off for a split second against the big boys and full-time teams, then that's where you get punished for their quality. And I think we were punished royally today, you know, for a few switch-offs. Really disappointed by our last two goals especially. And I told the boys that, you know, we're disappointed that, you know, it was too easy for them, for my liking. And but you know, sometimes you got to shrug it off now. We've got to shrug it off now. Listen, we've had a really tough run of games. I'm not sitting here making excuses for anybody, but that's when I talk about perspective, Johnny. You know, the perspective for me is, you know, we've had Glentoran, we've had Linfield, we've had Lorne, we've had Crusaders, we've had Dungannon and Swifts, and now we've had Coleraine. I think that's the top six from last season, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, we're sitting on 6 points, and I'm okay with that. Now we're coming into what I would regard as games, a lot of games that we're more than capable of controlling games and winning games football now. So whenever you play against teams like this here today, you want to stay in the game, and you want to make sure you stay in the game for as long as you can and carry a threat. And I thought we did that there for long periods today. But you know, we're coming into a sequence of games now. We know that we're going to be very competitive, and as I say, yeah, we're coming into what you would call our league within a league, as I've said many times. So I think, you know, you have to give credit to Coleraine today. They were magnificent, and you can see the quality that they have. Everybody can see the quality that they have. It's been a long time from we've seen that kind of quality come up. We've come here and took our spankings before from the big boys, but I think they were very good. Their rotations, yeah, they're a good side. There's no doubt about that. But we've got to worry about ourselves and make sure we're right. And as for long periods of today, certainly for the first 45 minutes, we were very happy with the players. The shape was good, worked really hard, limited them. We could see the frustration coming in them. And then, as I say, that goal in half time, right in the stroke of half time, was a real sickener. So we have to dust ourselves down now and go again.
You listed off some of our own walking wounded there, the likes of Shane McCartan, Josh Ukek, Robbie Manzimba. What's the prognosis on those players now?
I think most of them, we're hoping again that Robbie and Shea will return to training probably 2 to 3 weeks, and Joshua probably the same, 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, it's hurting a lot, but you know, this is football. You know, the bottom line is we've been very competitive in a lot of our games. Maybe not, Johnny, the 90 minutes of the game, but certainly against Linfield last week for 45 minutes, 50. You know, we were very good, and we just got it transferred now in the 90 minutes. That's my biggest disappointment today. My biggest disappointment today is I thought their last two goals were really avoidable, and we seemed to just accept things the last 10 minutes of the game. I haven't said that, we did create probably 2 or 3 chances, you know, in that period of time, and we hit the bar and hit the post. So there's plenty of positives. Put it like that there, Johnny. You know, and we're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. You know, we know what we are. We know exactly what we need to do. And as I said to you, we're not too far away from being a really, really good side. And as I say, we get on the track again. And dust. You know, the most important thing now is we dust ourselves down and we show that resilience and bounce back ability that we had all last season. You know, we had disappointing times last season too, Johnny. We lost 3 or 4 games in the bounce and stuff like that. And being able to turn that around. So I have absolutely no doubts about the players coming and doing that again. And as I say, when I look at Bangor on a Friday night, and as I say, yeah, it's certainly a game that we're all looking forward to.
As I was going to say, is that you talked earlier on there about the teams within our sort of wee mini league within the Sports Direct Premiership, and I suppose that includes Bangor, who have come up this season. It's a big game on Friday night. You want the support to come out and make Shamrock Park as raucous as possible.
But yeah, 100%, and I think that our supporters are very, very wily. I did hear a few comments today in regards to, you know, do something about it, which I was trying to do. But I think the majority of our supporters know that, you know, Coleraine's not where they are now, and with the investment that they had, they're not there for no reason. You know, they've had a big investment. They've got quality players all over the pitch. There's 4 players missing today, but yeah, we have to just look forward to Bangor now. We're coming into a series of games now where I think we can be really, really good. And as I say, you know, it's about resilience now. It's about character, Johnny, if we're being honest about it. Strong characters dust themselves down and go again, and we've got to make sure we dust ourselves down and go again for Friday night. We want this place banging and bouncing the way it was last year. And I think, you know, listen, when you today was going to be a really difficult day. But there's plenty of positives to take from the day. And I know people look at the results and stuff like that there. I'm not too sure it was a 4-1 game. And the control that they had in the game was fair enough. But I didn't think, you know, Warren wasn't peppered. But he was certainly peppered the last 15-20 minutes when we lost control of things. But we've got to stay disciplined for 90 minutes, Johnny. That's the bottom line, and we didn't do that today. We stayed disciplined for about 70 minutes today, and we've got to turn that into 90 now. But no, we'll dust ourselves down, get everybody ready to go for and have this place banging on Friday night, hopefully.
No problem. Thank you, Niall. Cheers.
Thanks, Johnny.